Massachusetts is a state that has only one Confederate monument. That monument is currently at the Fort Warren on George's Island. Now, lawmakers have decided that they want to do away with this monument, but they can't because it's on a national park. So to compromise this situation, they've decided to cover it in a box. Take a look. So first of all, this was a monument. Let's go to graphic 20. This was a monument that was specifically dedicated to Confederates who were imprisoned during the war and then died as a result. And so let me show you what the scene looks like now. Again, it's been covered with a box. It was commissioned in 1963 by the local United Daughters of the Confederacy, a now defunct group that promoted the idea that the war was not between pro-slavery South and anti-slavery North, but rather a battle for states' rights and a Confederate culture led by honorable men. So obviously this is the mythology known as the Lost Cause.
Yeah. Of course, you know, when I go through the South, I see bumper stickers all the time. I once went into a shop where they had all these things, hats, t-shirts, bumper stickers with liberals don't understand history and how, no, the Confederacy was about state rights and it had nothing to do with slavery. Unless you actually read history and the leaders of the Confederacy said, yeah, this is about our right to keep slaves. Very, very clearly, go read what the vice president of the Confederacy wrote as to why they went to civil war. And besides which, it's obvious, the whole thing was the state right to keep slaves. There was not another giant issue about, well, are we allowed to make cars or are we not allowed to make cars? No, it was about whether you could keep slaves or not. And so that's all that is total revisionist history. So the people who put up that monument did it on purpose during the civil rights era to rub it in black people's face like, hey, we're still in charge. So the fact that they have it in a kind of a coffin now is wonderful to me.
Yes.
And you know, all the guys who say in the South, oh, it was a war of northern aggression. Okay, no, if it was, great. I'm glad we aggressed. We aggressed, and I'm glad we freed the slaves. If we hadn't, you'd still be enslaving them. So it was the best aggression I've ever seen, the most humane, just aggression, and people in the North lost their lives to make sure that everyone in America would be free. So I celebrate the northern aggression, and if you don't, you're stuck in history. And that's a sad day for you. And those Confederate soldiers, I don't want any prisoners of war dying, so it's a shame that they died. Am I glad that they were prisoners? Hell yeah. I wish that the North would have taken more prisoners more quickly and ended the war more quickly. I wish that northern aggression was even more aggressive and would have finished the war much earlier, and we would have had a lot less lives lost and freedom for all Americans much quicker. If you like this video, you probably like independent media. The best way to support independent media, become a member of the Young Turks. tytnetwork.com/join.